Hello, busy streets of New York and wherever you're at in Utah as well. Today is our lesson 3 for vocabulary, unit 2, lesson 3, and it's our story we get to read. And go grab your book, grab your Wordly Wise book, turn to page 15. Okay, you're going to read this story with me. And why do you think we read stories that would go along with our vocabulary words? You down there on the motorcycle. We're going to read them so that we can visualize what these words mean more. We can visualize them in sentences. We can visualize them in different scenes of our book. And so this is when our imagination just gets to kind of run wild as we read this awesome story about the universe and visualize all of our new vocabulary words. How far up does the sky go? It seems to go on forever. No one knows where space ends or if it has an end. So let us explore a small piece of it, our system of planets. If you hear a vocabulary word while I'm reading it, you can raise your hand. Doop, I heard one. People have always gazed at the night sky. Long ago, they saw the moon and the stars just as we do today. But those who looked carefully noticed something more. They saw that most stars seemed fixed in a place, but that some moved slowly across the night sky. Now we know that the moving objects are not stars at all. They are planets that rotate around the sun. About 5 billion years ago, the sun and planets were formed out of clouds of gas and dust. Gravity pulled the chunks and pieces together to make lumps of matter. These lumps slowly got bigger as more and more dust was added to them. The largest lump became the sun. It's a giant star. It shines brightly because it is an enormous ball of fire. Yeah, that's right. It's fire. Did you know that? Check it out. It's fire. Wow. I did not really think about that very much, but it is. That's why we get sunburns probably. Okay, the smaller lumps that circle around are the other planets. They reflect light from the sun. The planet that's most distant from the sun is Pluto. Because it's so far away, it is dark all the time. It is also very cold and several hundred degrees below zero. That seems pretty cold, so I'll do some raindrops. Pluto's the smallest planet, and it's even smaller than our moon. As we move toward the sun, from Pluto, we have 4 giant planets. They're Neptune, Uranus, Saturn, and Jupiter. No astronaut will ever land on any of these 4 because they're made out of gas. Each of these planets has rings around it, and each has several moons. Jupiter is the largest of all the planets, and its diameter is 11 times that of the Earth. 11 times bigger than our planet. Impossible, I say. 4 smaller planets are closer to the sun. They're Mars, Earth, Venus, and Mercury. All of them are made of solid rock. Mercury, which is the closest to the sun, is very hot. The temperature there can rise to almost twice as high as the setting on our oven. Whew, that's hot. About 400 years ago, when the telescope was invented, people were able to take a close look at the planets for the first time. The early astronomers were surprised at what they saw. Saturn's rings were beautiful. Mars had huge craters. Jupiter had several moons, and one of the moons was even bigger than Mercury. Our planet Earth travels around the sun on a path between those of Mars and Venus. As far as we know, Earth is the only planet in the universe that has liquid water. We are the only one that has water, or liquid water. Our distance from the sun gives us just the right amount of heat so that our oceans don't boil up, just the right amount, And so that our oceans don't freeze over. Also, we could read that, huh? Because the temperature is just right, life on all forms is possible, just like this bird. So we have all this life on Earth. Scientists believe that there are other suns besides our own that have planets circling them besides. If so, they're very, very far away. Is there life on any of the other planets? That's a thought. That's a question. Is there life on any of the other planets? If so, where did Mrs. Seymour? Oh, we do not know. There may be planets somewhere in space with creatures that are smarter than we can imagine. Or Earth may be the only planet anywhere that has life. As more of space is explored, we may someday find out. Yeah, we don't know if there's other life. Then you'll turn to your book, and I'll do this with stars around my head. You'll turn to your book behind it, and you're going to answer these questions, okay? According to the story, which planet besides Earth has living creatures on it? Did they know? No, we don't know if any other planet has creatures on it. So we could say in a sentence, we do not know if there's life found on other planets. What did some of the very first astronomers see in the night sky? Do you remember what they saw like around Saturn? You could say they saw rings around some of the planets. So you'll answer your questions in sentence form. Get away from me, stars. Thank you. Today's Connection Minute, after that's the end of our assignment. Connection Minute is, have you read a great book lately? Want to tell everyone about it? Go to the Students Corner Book Nook and find a couple of ways to create and share your book report. Go to our website and there's a Book Nook corner for you, and you can figure out how you're going to tell all of us about your great book so that we can read it too, because we really want to. Thanks for coming today. We're learning these vocabulary words awesome this week. Bye.